Thule Fog Productions and the Penwell Fire Group would like to introduce you to the Washington, D.C. Fire EMS series, comprised of 28 video webisodes on the Battalion TV network.
I've been burned up, blowed up, been rolled over on a fire truck, fallen down an elevator shaft. I've used up 5 of my 9 lives. So if the cycle works right, I'll be retired before it comes back around to get hurt again.
Welcome to Rescue Squad 1, serving the nation's capital since 1925.
I'm Lieutenant Joe Rainwater. I'm assigned to Rescue Squad 1 at Engine 2. I've got 29 years in the department. The job with the squads is so multitasking because not only do we run the regular car accident, we're also involved in high-angle rescue, which is a part of our entity. Confined space, building collapse, trench collapse, hazardous material calls, and being here in the city where things are happening all the time in the nation's capital. I mean, we run a lot of hazmat stuff.
The squad responds to a morning call. A man is trapped in an elevator.
Hello. We'll be with you in a sec. Hello. Hey, where's that? Is the door on the other side of you? There's not a door there, is there?
Yeah, this right here.
Okay, I'm going to go to the other side, all right?
Okay, yeah, keep the opposite side, but it depends on what floor you're on.
All right.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You're on the side without the... Let me shut this one. Is it just you?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's good. Right here, good.
You good?
Unable to restart the elevator, the doors are manually opened and the man exits below unharmed.
Next door's two floors down, Dave.
Yeah, he's out. And when we can get out of there.
Probably outside. It's afraid of it.
Must be. It looks like a hole. There's this. The repairman is off on top of the car, okay?
Next thing I got.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Rainwater stops by the maintenance department for some much-needed parts.
Hang over there in case someone needs
In case squad 3, squad 2.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it, Wayne.
I'll be good. You got any fuel too?
So I'm a shift supervisor. I've got 5 guys that work underneath of me. When we're running fire calls, basically my squad wagon driver, he stays outside. He takes care of utilities, cutting bars off windows, things like that, making escape routes for us. We're split up with 2 teams. I take 1 guy with me and then 2 other guys. Myself and 1 guy will go to the fire floor, and then we'll send 2 guys above the fire. It's all down to teamwork, you know, and everybody has a specific job to do. It's a lot easier having 5 guys trying to do it and put things together than just 1 guy calling the shots, and somebody else can see something better, and you know, so that works really well for us.
This portion of this webisode is brought to you by Argus.
My name is Bill Rim. Originally became a firefighter because a buddy of mine, while we were in the Army station over in Virginia, were bored, and he had been a volunteer firefighter outside of Chicago. So one day he said, let's go join the volunteer fire department. And I found out that I just enjoyed doing it, I was good at it, and turned out to be a hell of an adrenaline rush.
Squad 1 gets a call. A smoke alarm has sounded at a historical building.
Truck 7 got the vent with truck 13, truck 7, okay.
The alarm that you hear was just going off in our office building. It houses our public program staff who make theater, music, and readings, and also our education staff. And we were just signing off on a video about using technology to teach Shakespeare when the alarm went off. We thought we might have smelled some smoke earlier, and I haven't heard from the firemen yet. But I'm guessing that it was electrical. There's some halogen lights that are in a conference room for us downstairs, and it sounds like something's happened with them. I did run into some of the guys in the back when I was trying to leave, and they said, it's small, we've got it contained, don't worry.
It wasn't, I think, until I got to Engine 10 that the more memorable experiences started happening. And when I came here, the experience is so outlandish that things you'd never see, never that you'd see in your life. And 2 summers ago, we received a call one early Saturday morning to go to GW Hospital and assist surgeons. That's all they asked us to do. No explanations, no nothing. They brought us into the emergency room, into one of the private rooms, and there was a gentleman in there with a sheet covering his body, and as soon as we walked in, he actually pulled it up over his face so we couldn't see his face. And the nurse came over and said, can you do anything for this? And she lifted the sheet up, and for some unknown, godforsaken reason, this gentleman had taken a 5-pound plate that you use for weightlifting and pushed one of his testicles through the hole. And because of that, it swelled up probably the size of my fist, maybe almost double that size. And we spent 2.5 hours cutting a metal plate off of a gentleman's testicle. Probably one of the most outlandish things I've ever seen in this job. And just when you think you've seen everything, someone does something even more outrageous.
At 36 in Wisconsin Avenue Northwest.
A fire has broken out in a Chinatown restaurant. The battalion is on scene. The smoke quickly spread up to the neighboring residents and business on the 2nd floor. An apparent grease fire in the kitchen may have possibly started this fire. Only an arson investigation will prove the cause.
Joe, those guys find down concerts, or you guys find they brought them out? I have no idea. I haven't seen them yet. I thought we were going 2 alarms, but I looked at the sound, so I figured we'd come down. I was thinking it was the 3rd 3-story joint. One of those eggs over there, please. Yeah.
2 or 3 walls.
Where was that guy sleeping? When he lived there?
Yeah.
Look at this joint, man. How do you...
Sorry, we're not getting anything from the roof area right now.
At least this guy's sleeping with the bed.
As in this case, some businesses pack immigrants into one apartment reconstructed into very small rooms, increasing the chances of fire fatalities. Fortunately, the battalion's quick response has prevented what could have been a deadly tragedy.
Surprised somebody didn't die. Well, had this been 3 stories all the way back instead of 1 story back there, you probably would have. Joe Reno said that guy was asleep up here, Phil, right? You block up all the rear walls, all the rear windows on the alley side are all blocked up.
Which would be a good exit point.
Well,
obviously,
it'd be a good place to get rescued, but I mean, it's kind of hard to get up on a ladder with a sledgehammer to flip those up.
The night is still young. Reports of smoke in a nearby high-rise puts a squad back into action.